Kakeru Ryuuen is an important character in the anime Classroom of the Elite. He was the boss of Class E. He was the one who controlled everyone in his class. He strategizes and executes all his plans and took every decision for his class. He made everyone obey him. Everyone followed him out of fear instead of respect. He was the person who resorted to violence often and believed that violence is a solution for all problems. Ryuen's tendency to violence is what makes him extremely fearsome. As for his physical characteristics, Ryuuen has a well-built physique. Ryuuen thought of everyone as inferior to him and looked down on everyone. Ryuuen is seen as arrogant and self-entitled. He thought his tough childhood made him into a man that is extremely dangerous and invincible. He thought that there will be nobody who will be able to surpass or defeat him. Ryuuen is an interesting character. I thought of him as a great antagonist when the story started. He is actually a great antagonist. We have seen Ryuuen make deals with other classes for getting money. He is a strategist and also a person who does not like to lose. He chooses any path even if it is harder for him in order to win. He likes to be the one who outsmarts everyone. But on some occasions he gets outsmarted by others like Ainokoji. As per his ideology, no matter how many times you lose, the last one to win is the strongest. In the deserted island arc, Ryuuen spent all the points they were offered on the start of the test in order for their class to live lavishly and enjoy the island. Once the points were finished in a few days, he sends all his classmates back to the ship in order to enjoy the rest of the trip. Ryuuen in Ibuki was the only one who stayed in order to gain points and crush other classes and ultimately win the test. He was hiding and struggling in the forest by himself in order to gather intel on other classes, which will in turn give them much more class points. But he was outsmarted by Ainokoji and ended up getting 0 points. Ryuuen understood that Horikita was in the mastermind behind Class D, and he searched for the mastermind. He noticed Koenji walk out of the class and decided to confront him. Koenji was acting casual and told Ryuuen to hold his mirror. Ryuuen threw it away and broke it. Koenji called Ryuuen a moron for coming to the conclusion that he is the mastermind. Koenji also nicknamed Ryuuen as a dragon boy. Ryuuen asked Koenji that what will he do if he resorted to violence, and Koenji answered that he will knock out every single person who comes at him, and he was completely sure he was able to do that. Ryuuen said that Koenji is a crazy person in a different way from him. When Sakayanagi called him Dragon Boy, he warned her not to call it, and when she repeated it again, he suddenly rushed in and launched a jumping kick. Fortunately for Sakayanagi, it was blocked by Hashimoto. Ryuuen has a terrible and fearsome reputation among students. He was seen as a dangerous person that nobody wants to mess with. He trapped Karuizawa and tortured her in order to get information about the mastermind behind Class D, but she refused to talk. After some time, Ainokoji appeared saying that he was the one that Ryuuen was looking for. Ryuuen wasn't a little bit worried. He thought that everything was going according to his plan. He thought of Ainokoji as a weak person. Once Ainokoji defeated all his underlings, Ryuuen still stayed calm. At first, he was pretty sure he will be able to defeat Ainokoji. But as Ainokoji is a skillful martial artist, he took on Ryuuen easily. Ryuuen haven't practiced any martial arts. His fighting style was completely honed in the battlefield. He taught himself how to fight and honed his skills from street fights. Ainokoji was able to overwhelm him. It is when he said that he might lose today, but he will target Ainokoji every day and every hour from every angle until the day he wins. This showed that Ryuuen is a persistent person who wants to be the winner in the end. But Ainokoji wasn't phased. Ryuuen described that fear and pleasure are the two sides of the same coin and kept saying that he wasn't afraid of anything. It made Ainokoji to beat him again and again until we saw the fear that was hiding inside of Ryuuen. He was afraid of Ainokoji because Ainokoji doesn't even show any emotions when beating up Ryuuen. Ainokoji knocked out Ryuuen after he saw his fear. After this incident, Ryuuen was not the same. He said that tyrants were only allowed to rule as long as their power makes sense. But he was overpowered by Ainokoji. He was humbled and demotivated. He was no longer interested in anything and wanted to drop out. He talked with Ainokoji and described him as a scary person when he told about his new plans. In the heart, Ryuuen is somewhat a good person who cares for those who are around him. It made him not to let the Karuizawa incident go out, as it will make his companions to drop out as well. He always did the best for his companions and never did anything that will cause bad for them. Do you think Ryuuen is a good person? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in another video.